On a quiet morning in July 2023, along a street in Cebu City, Philippines, a discovery would shake the local community to its core. What started as a routine day for a street sweeper in Barangay Tiza would unveil a tragedy that would capture the attention of an entire region and raise disturbing questions about justice, relationships, and the vulnerability of young people seeking better opportunities. Rhea Mae Tocmo was just 19 years old when her life was cut short. A young woman from Panabo City in Davao del Norte, she had arrived in Cebu on June 14, 2023, carrying with her the hopes and dreams that many young people share, the promise of new opportunities and a better future. Like many before her, Rhea Mae had come to Cebu for work, encouraged by her friend Jewel Smith, who had offered her a job opportunity. She found employment at a bar and restaurant in Mandaue City, making a home in the establishment's staff house before moving to a boarding house in Barangay Luke with her friend. July 16, 2023 marked the last time anyone would see Rhea Mae alive. Security cameras captured what would become crucial evidence: footage of her riding away from her boarding house on a motorcycle, accompanied by a man wearing an orange shirt. This ordinary moment would later become a pivotal piece in understanding her final hours. In the early hours of July 17, 2023, as the sun began to rise over Sitio Mohon in Barangay Tiza, residents started their daily routines unaware of the tragedy that had been placed in their midst. Along a stretch of road that would normally see morning commuters and children heading to school, something unusual caught the attention of early risers: a large cardboard box conspicuously placed at the roadside. At 7 a.m., the first witnesses would later tell investigators the box was already there. A security guard from a nearby private subdivision noticed it during his morning rounds. In what would later haunt him, he dismissed it as cargo fallen from a delivery vehicle, a reasonable assumption in an area where courier services frequently passed. As the morning progressed, passers-by began to notice something unsettling. The box, seemingly ordinary at first glance, had begun to emit a foul odor that grew stronger with the rising temperature of the day. Yet in the busy flow of urban life, people continued to walk past, perhaps assuming it was merely discarded waste. It wasn't until 1 p.m. that fate intervened. A street sweeper, diligently performing his duties, approached the box with the intention of clearing what he assumed was improperly disposed trash. But something was different about this box. As he attempted to move it, he found it unusually heavy, far too heavy for ordinary refuse. The weight of it prompted him to seek help from the local barangay tanods, the village peacekeepers. When the street sweeper returned with a barangay tanod, what began as a routine cleanup transformed into a nightmare. As they attempted to lift the box together, its flaps gave way, and an arm became visible, a shocking sight that would forever change their lives and spark one of Cebu's most disturbing investigations. The discovery set off an immediate chain of events. The barangay tanod and street sweeper rushed to alert Tiza barangay captain Ringo Pacana, who immediately contacted the Labangon police station. When investigators arrived at the scene, they were confronted with a crime of shocking brutality. The victim had been subjected to unimaginable cruelty. The body was bound with aluminum cables, a deliberate act to restrict movement. But it was the condition of the victim's face that spoke to the perpetrator's desperate attempt to conceal identity. Chemical burns had severely disfigured her features. Bruises covered her body, telling a story of a violent struggle. The cardboard box itself became a crucial piece of evidence. Its placement suggested local knowledge. This wasn't a randomly chosen location, but a spot where the box might go unnoticed among regular delivery traffic. The choice of location revealed both planning and familiarity with the area. As dawn broke on July 18, 2023, investigators faced one of their most crucial challenges: giving a name to the young woman whose life had ended so tragically. The perpetrator's attempts to conceal her identity through chemical burns had made traditional facial recognition impossible, forcing investigators to look for other means of identification. The breakthrough came through the most personal of details: the clothes she wore and a cherished piece of jewelry. Among the evidence collected at the scene were a pair of black shorts, unremarkable at first glance, but destined to become a crucial piece of the puzzle. Around her neck, a necklace remained, having survived the brutal attempt to erase her identity. As news of the discovery spread through local media, the details of these items reached Rhea Mae's friends and family in Davao del Norte. Her loved ones, already worried by their inability to contact her, felt their worst fears crystallizing as they recognized the descriptions of her belongings. The black shorts weren't just any piece of clothing, they were her favorite pair, a detail only those closest to her would know. The necklace was equally significant, a piece of jewelry she wore consistently, nearly every day of her life. The initial breakthrough in the investigation came 10 days after the discovery of Rhea Mae's body. On July 27th, a man walked into the Labangon police station with a crucial piece of evidence: Rhea Mae's missing smartphone. He had purchased it from another man near Carbon Public Market, only realizing its significance when he discovered photos of the victim on the device. CCTV footage near the market proved invaluable, capturing images of the seller, a man wearing an orange shirt that matched the description from the footage of Rhea Mae's last known moments alive. This individual would become the investigation's first person of interest. The investigation accelerated rapidly. On July 29th, police arrested Simeon Gabutero Jr. in Barangay Guadalupe following an armed person alarm. Officers quickly recognized him as the person of interest from the CCTV footage. Upon his arrest, Gabutero made a startling claim. He admitted to selling the phone, but alleged he was following instructions from his neighbor, Roberto Gabison. The investigation took another turn when police arrested Roberto Gabison on July 30th, though on different charges related to illegal drugs. When questioned about Gabutero's allegations, Gabison firmly denied any connection to either Gabutero or Rhea Mae. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a crucial detail that would reshape their understanding of the case. Gabutero and Rhea Mae had been in a relationship since December 2022. This revelation transformed the investigation's direction, suggesting a crime of passion rather than a random act of violence. On August 4, 2023, police conducted DNA testing on both suspects. The results would prove decisive. DNA found under Rhea Mae's fingernails matched Gabutero's, providing physical evidence of a violent struggle. 6 days later, on August 10th, Gabutero confessed to the crime. The confession, however, brought little comfort to Rhea Mae's family. Her sister, Grace Aladad, expressed deep dissatisfaction with the investigation, feeling it added to their suffering rather than bringing closure. The family's pain reached a crescendo on August 15th, when they confronted Gabutero at the Labangon police station. The emotional weight of the moment proved overwhelming. Rhea Tocmo Poblacion, another of Rhea Mae's sisters, fainted during the confrontation. "You don't have the right. You're not God to choose to take the life of our younger sister." Grace's words echoed through the police station, encapsulating the family's raw grief and anger. One year later, in July 2024, justice remains elusive. Despite what police describe as an airtight case, including DNA evidence, testimonial evidence from Gabutero's own brother about the body's disposal, and forensic proof, the legal process continues without a conviction. Gabutero has since recanted his confession, adding another layer of complexity to the proceedings. The case of Rhea Mae Tocmo stands as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities young people face when seeking better opportunities far from home. While police remain confident in their case against Gabutero, the family's search for justice continues. As of July 2024, they, along with the community of Cebu, still await a final resolution through the courts. The streets of Sitio Mohon in Barangay Tisa have returned to their daily routines, but the memory of that July morning serves as a somber reminder of a young life cut tragically short and a family's ongoing quest for closure and justice.